The film Grief is the Thing with Feathers will star Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch, the Oscar-nominated star of Power of the Dog, The Imitation Game, Patrick Melrose, and all of those epilepsy-inducing Marvel movies, has signed on to play the lead in an upcoming film adaptation of Max Porter's 2015 novel, Grief is the Thing with Feathers. Porter's debut novel, which won the Dylan Thomas Prize and was rated a Sunday Times Top 100 novel of the 21st century in 2016, is a hybrid work of prose and poetry about a crow who visits the bereaved family of a Ted Hughes scholar and his 2 young sons. Deadline reported this earlier today. Cumberbatch will portray a young father whose grip on reality weakens after his wife's death, as a weird presence stalks him from the shadowy corners of the apartment he lives with his 2 young sons. This enigmatic creature, known as Crow, appears to come to life from the pages of his work as an illustrator, and becomes a very real part of all of their lives, eventually directing them to the new shape the family must take. This will be the second big adaptation of Porter's debut. In 2019, Irish playwright Enda Walsh transformed Grief into a successful stage play starring Cillian Murphy. Having been a huge fan of Max Porter's extraordinary book and Enda Walsh's stage adaptation, I was skeptical about a film adaptation, Cumberbatch remarked in a press release. But reading Dylan Southern's rendition resurrected the cinematic memory of reading this most vivid story of a grieving family. Dylan handled Max's dynamic poetry with mastery. It's so wonderfully done, both on the page and in the deck and pitch. It contains all of the crazily sharp shifts in tones and hues between the domestic and mythic, misery, comedy, and every day of loss. It's an exciting read, and I'm thrilled to be bringing Dylan's cinematic vision to the big screen. There is no word yet on who will play Crow, but my choice goes to Mr. Family himself, Vin Diesel, who, let us not forget, is one of the few actors with experience in this very specialized area, having played the titular Iron Giant in Brad Bird's 1999 animated adaptation of Ted Hughes' 1968 sci-fi novel.